Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Episode 12, Ign'ant
Yes,
Sports,
sir.
coming at you hot after that divisional round weekend. Woo.
Yes, that great division round.
That was crazy, bro. Every game was just so to the wire. Not only was it to the wire, but it was, for the most part, aside from my Tom having a slow start as he has been getting known to, just great games overall. What an incredible weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
It really was.
It was not the best for me results wise, but it was entertaining. It was entertaining as you could ask for.
Yeah, definitely that. Like, that's all you could ask for. Because at the end of the day, I didn't expect this season to be the way it was from regular till now, and I
don't think anybody did.
I would have been disappointed if neither one of my teams made it. I'd be like, this is just exciting football to watch, because this gives me the same kind of feeling I had about basketball, because that's where I was mostly into. And so whenever, just seeing great playoff games, like it didn't matter what team was there, it's just like I just want to see some good basketball, because that's just my love for the game, like Mega Pass show. And thank you to all those who played this weekend. You contribute to helping me be happy.
Yeah, no, some crazy games, crazy just showings, from every team. I guess before we get into the games, I gotta formally give you the nod on season 1. T-Mac is our official winner. Everyone, round of applause, for T-Mac. Right, it's like if I could. Like we got the score for like the name, or the crown, gotta like move it, from like right there.
On my head.
You may have the crown for until we start again, and it's like a belt,
exactly.
Until I can take it from you next year.
Yeah, exactly. I have no problems like that.
But yeah, it was a good season overall. I think by going, you went 1-1 this weekend. I went 0-2. Yeah. The scores would have been reversed for us to for it to matter basically.
Exactly.
Going into this next one, but it kind of like figured that going into the post. I was even happy going into the postseason. Not even had a chance. Like after being down like 6 games at one point, I feel like 5.5 games, 6 games. I was like, hey man, whatever.
I want to say 2 weeks ago that
after the 1-7 week, it was looking pretty grim. It was looking pretty grim.
Do I really have a chance?
Right. But hey, some teams came back clutch, had a couple of decent weeks. Did I go 7-1? No, 6-2. That's what it was. I had one decent week, one really bad week. But hey, it is what it is. You kept pretty consistent all week, so that's all you can really ask for, right?
Yeah. Because I think you ended off strong. Like I think you did 6-2 both the last 2 weeks, but if anything 6-5-3. So that's good though.
Yeah, then you get the 4-3 and the 5-2, but it's like, hey, if you keep consistent the whole time, 4-3-5, you never had the 1-7. That's the big one.
Yes, that really is the big one. If anything, I think I had a 50-50, but that might have been.
We had a couple. Yeah, we had a couple.
Yeah.
But man, you want to start with that first game and go from there?
Yeah. So we went the Bengals.
Bengals and Bengals Titans, bro. That was funny. That was the only one that we kind of touched on a little bit. We talked in our Discord. Everyone, get down to that Discord.
Yes.
Follow us in there. Talk with our
link in the description.
Yes, link is in the description. I updated it. I updated the link. I didn't know you could do this in Discord because I thought I'm new to Discord. The link won't expire, so you can come if you've seen this in a year from now, come and get that link. Will be fresh.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to check behind you on stuff like that because I forgot to. There's things that I've come across with that talking to him and thinking he knows, and I'm just like, oh wait, he's just the same boy I was. It's like, oh, you can do that too.
I know, right? Well, I didn't even know why would you make a link that expires in 7 days? I guess some kind of streamer, spam once you're really big. But for me and for you and this and that, let's keep that active forever.
Exactly.
So we talked about that game a little bit. So just to continue from there, the only thing we were talking about was damn Tannehill. I knew it was going to show eventually, but I was just hoping it wouldn't be right now.
Yes.
That B tier quarterback really came through. Tannehill was so clearly the worst quarterback of not even the weekend, but if he played the wild card weekend, he would have been the worst quarterback of the playoffs.
Yes.
Worse than Mac. Worse than I feel like everybody. I mean, his team might have had better numbers, but
yeah, if anything, I would say maybe tie with Murray, but
Kyler,
because I think Murray had 3 that week.
Mm-hmm. No,
But
fair.
either way,
Right.
yeah, because
He's in
I thought
contention.
Ryan had
He's in
4. Yeah, he
contention.
did. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I thought he had 4, but I gave him 1 extra, and I was like, okay, that's even better. You got 3, but
Right.
3 is 1 too many.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, well, that's why
3
I
is
ended up
too
leaving
many,
it.
bro. You can throw 1
Oh yeah,
pick
of course.
and win, and like that's okay. But 2 and you 2 in a dub, and you're getting away with 1.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
definitely, because yeah, I felt iffy by then because I was like, I feel like Bengals should just easily get this, but at the same time, they're a young team who's having like the Cinderella story, and at the end of the day, like Ryan can play good, and as you can see, Burrow got sacked 9 times, but thankfully he was playing like a vet. Like I'll just rather take the sack than the interception,
Mm-hmm. You know what's
and we're
crazy?
just gonna have to tough it out.
Tannehill kind of remind me of your boy Jared Goff a little bit. Like now we're talking there, like he can make that big throw, but then again he can make that big bad throw too.
Yeah,
Like he's got an arm for sure, but he just doesn't have kind of exactly what you were just saying. He doesn't have that wherewithal is to when to not use it.
yeah, exactly. Like his decision making can be questionable,
Mm-hmm.
and
Henry didn't really come through the way Henry had been coming through. But then again, who's
yeah.
surprised, man? Who's surprised?
No,
Like
I'm not because yeah,
y'all kind of
it's
like, you want to be hopeful, you know, that when he comes back, he's gonna be coming back the way he is. But it's just not. It's not nothing shocking.
yeah, and which I'm glad. I'm happy for the Titans that they recognize that like we shouldn't put all the pressure on you. Like you just literally came from something big, and like we shouldn't like you still have your whole life ahead of you. Just like not even
Right.
thinking about NFL. So it's like we have another great foreman. I mean, another great foreman, another great running back in the name of Foreman, who's basically like junior you, and they used him, and he actually had like the runs that you would thought Derek would have, which was good, but it just ended up still not being enough between the
Right.
two.
Bro, it's crazy. I'm looking at the
So
box right now. Foreman had 66 yards. Henry had 62. Foreman did off 4 carries versus Henry's 20.
exactly when
That's
I saw that, I
crazy.
was like crazy. Like that's how you know it's like this is Derek, not Derek Henry of the old idiot.
Right.
So
You know
and you
what's funny
clearly see
too,
that.
man? It's like they even got a similar hairstyle too, like that one kind of big dread coming out the back. It's like, damn,
Hmm.
that's crazy. You really are like a mini Henry.
You really are, man. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Titans is like, it's like they're not feeling too bad because they're like at the end of the day, we still got the two,
No,
two
they're
the
feeling
greatest.
bad, bro. They better be feeling bad. If I'm Titans, I'm feeling bad, dude. Because you can't be
I
no
was going
one
to say the
seed
running back section.
knockout. No, hell
No, but
no.
yeah, of course, yeah,
You
of
can't be.
course, yeah, of course.
Because Mike Vrabel is like he's a pretty proud guy. I get the feeling like he really wants to, be that guy that was a good Patriot player, now good coach. Because like we
Yeah,
don't really have one of those.
yeah,
Like not especially if you kind of look at his success, like as if he gets really successful. I think people will then be like, well, you never know. He was coached by Bill Belichick. Maybe he learned a lot of stuff from Bill Belichick. Maybe he's a Bill
yeah,
Belichick. Like maybe they will like throw him into the coaching tree of Bill Belichick, even though he could never
yeah.
coach on his staff. It would definitely give Belichick and New England a little more I don't know, like credence as to their coaching ability and their smarts and yada yada. So I feel like he wants to definitely do that. So they're feeling bad today. I bet.
Oh no, yeah, like as a team, like for this loss, yeah. But I was just gonna say, like like in the running back section, just like we're still doing good with that, but of course we need to definitely go back to drawing board and like good job to the defense coming through. I
True.
really just was
Mm-hmm.
hesitant on the Titans because I was like, I don't feel like we talked about him too much. I feel like if anything, you talked about him more during this than I did for sure. So the only thing every time what I think about Titans, I think Derrick Henry, and that's it. It's like
Yeah, no, I
so.
definitely
It was like no
watched a
disrespect to
lot
them,
of
but
Titans football this year. I definitely saw a lot of snaps because I was just betting on them a lot. Like I saw, like they were just doing so well, and then for a while they weren't. I was like, oh, I can bet against them. And then the games that I bet against them, they would do really well. I'm like, damn, okay, I didn't know you could do that. So,
yeah.
you know, but
So
I mean, overall, who was it? AJ Brown too. Like, dude, crazy. Like that was the couple catches that came in clutch there. Sorry, I'm like trying to like adjust this like mid mid discussion. I'm coming like in and out a little bit, but dude, there was like the one to from Tannehill to AJ Brown. He was right kind of next to the pylon.
Yeah.
Woo. And also, I think I'm not 100% sure, but because I know we spoke on this before, but I'm gonna look into it more, man. I'm pretty sure that like right then and there, I could have shown a clip of that touchdown. I'm pretty sure that it's all good, like NFL, Nintendo, kind of like it's all good. I'm pretty sure that I could have shown that because like that would have been a good time to show that. I really want to be able to showcase some things like that because I don't know if everyone saw the exact play that I saw, and it's like, hey, he did some crazy stuff right here. But there was at least one catch from AJ Brown, who what was he used to be Bengals, I think it was. I remember Andy Dalton could never he could always get passes to AJ Brown, but he could never actually like win anything. It was almost like a
I was
like a Matt
I want to
Stafford.
say it's Bengals.
Something about like old school Andy Dalton and AJ Brown and Bengals. It kind of like has similar. I was just watching a bunch of Calvin Johnson highlights earlier, and it's like damn, that has major energy of like couldn't do nothing, man. Like y'all were there, but you couldn't do nothing. And it's like Stafford at least is more than Dalton, but still, like AJ Brown is just crazy. So that's just kind of what it made me remember. Oh yeah, and they have Julio Jones too. I forgot, which is also but didn't really go too. I mean, he had some good receptions, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, because I was like, he did get to play because like that was the crazy part. Like I think he came back, like him. Brown maybe, but for sure him and Derek were the two was like, oh yo, like just in time, like
right.
Bengals are all, and it was like our all was not enough.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I think that was Bengals and him. Because every time I kept hearing his name, I was like, yo, I feel like I haven't heard that name in a minute. Like,
but another thing that you touched on earlier too that I did want to just comment on was not only did you really said it better though, because I only focused on what happened. Of Burrow got sacked a lot, and you basically made the point of he just didn't make that bad throw, that bad play.
Yeah,
but man, I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback get hit. I know he took 9 sacks, but he got hit at least once where like the play was blown dead, and he still took the sack. But I don't think they count those as a sack. Like I know they don't count them on a sack.
Yeah,
you'd have to give it to the defensive player. But Burrow still took the hit. I guess these are like statistics that are within the game, like not like what physically happened, but because people will talk like Burrow got sacked 9 times, so he's gonna be really sore. And it's like, well, if you watch the game, it was at least 10 times because he just kept getting slammed time after time after time. And so I can't. Thank God he's young, man. Because if it was like what was it, like Ben again? Woo,
yeah,
crazy man. Because thank God he's young.
Yeah, if it was like Ben again, and the only thing that Ben as like pro for Ben is like he's a big guy, so and, like,
right. But the bigger they are, the harder they fall, man.
That too, right? So it's just like,
especially someone like Roethlisberger who beat up.
Yeah, it's like, do you really have cushion? Or you really gotta, so like I said, like I feel like he saw that Kyler Murray and was just like, yo, so yeah, we're not gonna do what you did, and we're not gonna panic, and we're just gonna hold the football and just hope for the best that I don't fumble. And we'd rather take the fumble than actually just throw it in the sky, because anything happens when it's in the sky.
Dude, absolutely right. Bro, speaking of, what a great way to lead in. Anything happens when it's in the sky, just like when you block a punt. San Francisco at Green Bay. Now, this is like the only reason why I personally can like not walk away from the weekend just feeling like, ugh. Because it's like, if my team's going to lose, then like, at least my team being, not my team, my guy, Tom Brady. If my guy is going to lose, at least he ain't going to lose as hard as this guy. Whoo, boy. That was bad.
Man.
I'm going to let you lead in on this one, man, because that was bad is all I got to say. This is your team. You got to speak for them.
I'm at my play mom's house, spending time with her, and I'm like, yo, like, we just finished watching the... Who was... Wait.
The Titans and Cincinnati.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. We had watched, like, we caught a little bit like towards the end, after lunch, and I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, hour left. I was just like, my way, and we just chilling. And she's like, yeah, no, let's do it. So I'm like, cool. She hear me laughing. I'm like, yeah, I'm talking trash at the first touchdown. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Ooh, right out the gate too, bro. Right out the gate, like about 6 minutes off the clock. Like 7-8 plays, marching down the field, doing your thing. I
was like looking like Green Bay. All right. And then, haven't scored in a cool minute. I was like, all right, it's 7-0 only at halftime. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm like, that means this, and especially the fact that
why was it 7-0 at halftime?
that was the first one blocked.
That was a blocked field goal. Because
Yeah, first one.
I remember Kyle Shanahan like fist pumping and like being stoked going into halftime, being down 7. And I'm like, damn, I've never seen that before. Like I've never seen someone that happy to be down 7.
Exactly, down 7.
Yep.
I was like, you should have seen me. Well, that one I didn't replay as much, but I replayed it when the highlights came, and I was like, "Yo, is this your first time on the job? Like, where's the blocking? Like, this game was the perfect example of like, don't take special teams lightly because
Ooh.
everybody's role is important. Like, you need to play. Like, the many times that we never see block punts and block field goals, everybody needs to take that part. Important.
And
So yeah,
I don't watch a ton of Green Bay football. And I know that y'all went 13 and I was about to say 13 and 3, 13 and 4 because I see the 13 and I just assume the 3, but now 13 and 4. But from what I heard, because bro, I couldn't resist, man. I had to go into the Green Bay subreddit after that. I just had to see because I didn't know like what people were expecting. Like I knew people weren't gonna be happy, and that's honestly why I went because I thought it was gonna be funny, and it was. Like I got some gems out of that day. But people were saying that the special teams was terrible all year. So I guess they were ranked 32nd in special teams from what I read.
Yes, the commentator, if I'm not mistaken, said it. Like he had seen somebody articles. They were like, we ranked 32nd, and I was like, really that bad?
Yeah, dude. Anytime you're ranked 28th or worse, it's like, yeah, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
So
yes, I was like, yeah, that would make sense then. Like for all that happened,
right.
But yeah, so it was just like, dang, the missed field goal. I was like, okay, so whatever, like 7-0 defense. Thankfully, like just to touch on general, we knew everybody going into this weekend, like on both sides, offense and defense, for all 4 games, everybody has to come with it. And Packers and 49ers defense and offense, everybody was doing their job coming with it, right? So I was like, everybody just got to keep that same energy. Like, it's 2 more quarters. And then they scored finally, and I was like, okay, 7-3, not bad. As long as we just keep scoring, like we just like if they score, we gotta score. And they just kept playing good defense, and it was just like, oh no. Now we're going to the 4th.
Well, here's the thing, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think you guys played okay defense. Or you're saying they played good defense? You're saying 49ers played good defense, or Green Bay played good defense?
They 49ers did. I think both did good defense, but of course at the end, like 49ers had it better. Like I felt like we had enough until, of course, until the 4th quarter. It was just like,
well, see, that's the thing. I wanted to call Green Bay out a little bit on their defense, not because of the score or nothing, but because bro, Garoppolo was throwing some trash ass passes, man, and like he could have gotten picked off like 8 times.
Yes.
So like I think that your defense could have scored like 21 points off of Garoppolo mistakes. So that's the only reason why I want to beat on them a little bit in this loss.
Yeah, definitely that, because I was sitting there looking at her. I was like, yo, drop pass. We love to see it. And I was just like, some of them I was like, maybe y'all could have been more aware, but the rest I was just like, we take it. No, as long as there's no completions. We need 3 and out. We need 3 and out, baby.
Yeah, you didn't though. That's the problem. Yeah. Here's the thing too, though, that we haven't touched on yet is it's not that the game kept like kind of we start off, they drive down the field, XYZ, when it all looks standard at first. Everything's going according to plan, but then the weather started to get bad. Then it started to snow.
That too.
And that's what Rodgers was looking for. That's what Rodgers was asking for. And then all of a sudden, everyone who's looking at Garoppolo all week saying, hey, can't handle the heat, or can't handle the cold, really. Like, can't handle the temperatures, can't handle the January, February type deals. And then he, slick Jimmy out there, no problem at all. Yeah. I mean, not no problem at all, but was he good? No, but I've seen Garoppolo play like that before, though. So that wasn't like shocking. It was just like, oh damn, he just didn't have that great of a game. But he didn't play like to the floor that I think people expected him to get down to. He kind of still stayed within his normal range, whereas Rodgers played way more conservative. I would say just too conservative. Like he didn't do he wasn't pushing the ball like how even Derek Carr was, let alone Burrow or Mahomes or Allen. Like none of these. Like he was just playing like a normal, not even much as Tannehill, honestly. Like the pass that Tannehill had to Green that we mentioned before, like was 2, 3 times better than anything Rodgers did that day. Like he had maybe 1 or 2 decent passes, but I don't know. Like it just didn't feel like his day.
It really didn't. And it sucks like that. Because I'll jump back and forth. Like speaking of that, like we had one more shot, last drive. I'm pretty sure it was second down, but we did something weird. Second down, third down. Tried to go for the. I feel like one of the old faithfuls. Like we go to best receiver. We're going to pull the pass interference card.
Right. Yeah,
just Hail Mary long ball. What do you know though? Just like all the game, man's him, and then I think once Cobb got into double coverage, both they were like, "No, we want you to beat us with anybody else but these guys."
Mm-hmm.
And once the ball got there, what do you know? It's like safety over top coming in to help, and it's like nobody touched you, and it was just dead ball. Like you missed it, and it's just like now we just like it's like I feel like we just give up a play, and it was just like really we doing that on 3rd and 11, like really,
Yeah.
and then as I was watching the highlights, as I always mention the guy Chisel down his commentary highlight. I knew it had to be somebody over. We can do something shorter, right? And he was like, clearly, look at your tight end, Rodgers. Is like, Mans was like, everybody's away from it, like all on the outskirts, And freaking, he's tight ends in the middle, like wide open. Could have just like took 2 steps, try to fight for the first.
Yep.
And
I saw that play. It worked, but instead he throws into double coverage.
Yeah, basically, like of course, yeah. It was like wasn't, but then all of a sudden he turned into double coverage, and I was just like. Now you're really wishing you could have that ball back, right?
Right.
So I really didn't like that last drive from us because it was just like this is too much time for them to just run out and do like a couple run plays, and all they have to do is just stay in the same spot for a field goal. Like, like this is crazy. This is madness, But at the end of the day, like it's a whole team effort, and special team gets the most flack. Like, I want to be mad at the kicker for when we're in the end zone. And he had to take his 2 steps and then kick the ball.
Right.
Like, could you not just take 1 step and kick the ball next time?
Dude, for real. Like, he was lollygagging it like, I'm good. I got all day. Like, to kind of get back to exactly where you were, though, that one point, like, so they have to punt it to the to 49ers. And then it's almost like the 49ers used, like, their last, I don't know what you want to call it, their last limbs. Like, almost literally, like, their last limbs, like, you got Kittle limping off the field. You got Debo limping off the field. You got O-lineman limping off the field. Like, I don't know how they're going to play next week because it seems like the 49ers put in every ounce of effort that must – wait, no, who's I forget who's there's one team – oh, no, actually, I was looking at the spreads earlier. Like, one team's favored by way more than I think they should be. But anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah, so I pray for the 49ers that they have a good game this upcoming Sunday because they looked beat up. But bro, Debo just plowed through like that one play where he got him like right in the field goal range. Like, game over.
Yeah.
Like just from momentum perspective, I mean, yeah, it's a bad night out. I think it was like a 49, 52-yard field goal. One of those kind of like high 40s, low 50s. I can't exactly remember the range, but yeah, you got it, and that was just unbelievable. Like, in the fact that they got that, like, we didn't really talk about the block punt yet, which is like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I feel like everyone kind of like that's like the key highlight of the game. So it's like you almost like don't even need to mention it. But from that moment that they got that, before they got that, is like, how are they ever gonna do this? And then as soon as they get it, it's like, oh my god, this could happen. And it's almost like everything. I've watched enough Patriot games that have gone this way where it's like, oh my god, this could happen, then every single thing goes right for it to happen. It's like Leo Game 4, like it just happens to all click. Oops, sorry, clicking here. And it does, and you're just like, wow, like that's why football is a 16-minute sport, because you have to play all 60 minutes. It's just absolutely insane, and it's just that's why you got to pick off those passes that suck. That's why you got to be making those field goals from earlier. Like, if they made the field goal, they'd still be playing that game right now. They would have gone right in overtime. Who knows?
Just have another chance, to fight at least.
Or even if the 49, because they weren't punching in that great. They probably would have scored a touchdown, but like even if the ball just like wasn't recovered for a touchdown immediately, like if it just like goes out of bounds or something crazy, like if it's on out on the 20 or they get like some kind of field position, but just the way it happened, like punt up, everyone's searching for it, like 3-4 49ers like right next to it, they get it, bring it in, like it was almost game over at that point.
Yeah, I literally knew something was up because I happened to just look away because I was like, oh, we're punting, like, usual.
Oh no, yeah,
special
yeah,
teams punt, and as soon as I heard the connection of the football and the arm, it was like boom. I was like, what's going on? I was like, please, somebody tell me we can get the ball back. And I seen the ball still in the air, and I'm yelling at them, look in the sky. They are like,
no, I'm for like, real. And it was up there for a minute too,
bro.
Yeah, it was up
went
there.
To space, came back. I was like, come on.
Yeah, usually it's got like a second of hang time, but this ball had like a good 3 seconds, I feel like.
Yeah, and I was like after like the 3 seconds of me just yelling, I was like, okay, I guess I get them because they were like
maybe lights too. You never know what their angle is.
Yeah, I was like, it's all kind of variables, but I was just like, at least try to look up, like just like look up and be like, okay, I missed it, and now it's on the ground, But I was just like, once I saw it was on the ground, it was like next to just like he said 3-4. I was just like, they're not even gonna get to it. Like, homeboy's gonna turn around and be like, oh, what's this? It was just like in there, and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me! Like, we're really finna lose like this? Like, that's crazy. Like, makes for an interesting story, but this is crazy. So
right,
at the end of the day, bittersweet. I was like, at least the Cali team gets in. I'm always I always like 49ers, but I always wanted Green Bay to still win, so Rodgers can compete more with Rick Brady in the GOAT conversation, but
nope,
won't be happening this year.
Nah, man, that conversation is over. That conversation is long past, I believe, and I think that a lot. I think people are even starting to say that, talk that narrative now, where Rodgers is going to be more of like Peyton Manning kind of stat guys, and not necessarily the ring guys. Like he was able
definitely.
to. I think that ship sailed honestly too. Like maybe like right around the Brady. Once Patriots beat Seattle in the Super Bowl, like that, it was like, oh my god, he's got 4 now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, now he's got 5.
It for sure. Yeah, it was like for sure like a nail in the coffin. By the time he left, it was just like, yeah, like Rodgers could be better in other areas for sure, but yeah, it's kind of like the whole ring numbers, like you can't.
And it's not even ring numbers thing though. It's like, what's Rodgers on for the cap next year? Like 46 million or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's something like that. I think Brady's highest cap year was like 20s, like 24, 25, and it's like, that's a leader. Like, that's someone who wants an extra 13 million to pay another target, and that's that. Versus, well, I think I'll take it because I deserve it, and it's like, okay, well, there you go, and here you are.
Yep, and this is what you get when you spend all the money on
when you take and do not distribute.
Exactly. So,
but another perfect lead, man, getting into the conversation from one wanted to be to the one who is, who may not be anymore if he decides. Who knows, man? Like that was some crazy talk from Mr. Brady after the game, almost like some kind of coming to age or realizations of life time to think like, oh man, I really am 44 years old.
Right. He's like all this. Like, it was easy for him to be like, man, I got years in me. And it's just like, are you really thinking about that? Like, what are you saying?
Right.
Like, what were we talking about?
Honestly, though, if we were going to talk about any game being disappointing, blowout, this, that, this would have been the one. And it's not because, you look at the final score and it's like, oh, they won by 3 points. And it's like, but did they really? That was a pretty tough game to watch from a Tom Brady rooting for perspective. Like,
exactly.
You look at the stats now: 329 total yards Tampa Bay versus 366 LA. Didn't feel like it. Did not feel like it, bro. Just because the first half was all LA, 100% LA. Like Tampa went in with 3 points, I feel like, and they got not lucky to get those, but it was just a tough watch. Really, like it seemed like LA was pretty much in control for like 85% of the game until they started fumbling. at the end.
Yep.
Then they weren't, but up until so what that just says is that they were beating Tampa Bay, then they were beating themselves, then they beat Tampa Bay again. So LA was just beating the whole game.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So it is what it is.
I thought we were gonna go into the 27-3 before the half, but it was on my mind when we did score and we was at 23 before the half, and I was just like, if we get a touchdown, it ain't 28-3, but that's too dang close. I was like, ain't no game for Leo, and then I was like, Tom, you're not doing it. And like, you should have seen me and my coworker like on my phone. We're like at lunch, we're watching, we're like, and it was funny because our sister company had the game on too, so they were just like a second ahead of us. So like
Yeah,
everybody everybody that's traveling that day were like is at the bar. They forget their flight. They watching this. They tell this is a good game.
Right.
This is crazy game.
It's
23.
prime
Let's see
time,
what's
bro.
gonna happen. Yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. And yeah, when you said the fumble start happening, and they were just like, whenever that like the big plays happened, we were like, what happened? What happened? We turned
Right.
and then we look back at my phone and we're like, wow, that really did just happen. He's like, bro, he's like, Brady can't do it. I was like, bro, Brady's not doing it. I refused. I was like, Brady can't. I was like, this is all scripted. I refuse. I was just like, I will go to bed saying this was a lie. This is a made up dream. If he does this, I was like, no, not after my Packers just lost.
Damn, bro, you almost had your reality shattered then, because all they had to do was not miss their they missed a field goal, pretty not easy chip shot, but like a makeable field goal in the first half. Like it could have easily been 27-6 going in. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if they had that, then would have been overtime, just like how Green Bay got theirs blocked, except they just missed it straight up. So
yeah. I'm just like, bro.
No, he could have done it, bro. He's not easily, but it's another one of those things. Like they needed everything to go right, and then everything just started to go right. So
I was like, you got to be kidding me.
At least if I'm gonna lose, it's gonna be interesting,
Yeah. And I'm glad that it did. I mean, like, it was bittersweet. I was like, I'm glad that it did come out like that, because it was kind of we all don't know if this was. We don't think this is Tom's, last game, but it's
no one thought that going into it either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not like a Ben's game, right?
Right.
So it's just like, dang, for Tom to this possibly his last to go out like this, dang, you were down 23 at the half, and then possibly only just scored 10 points only. But let's say between the 3 and the fourth quarter.
Bro, when they only had those 3 points up, it was starting to feel heavy, like that New England Bills game. I was like, oh my, I'm like, here we go again, bro, another blowout.
So it's like I can't watch, but thankfully it's Tom Brady, so it's like I can, I can watch some greatness happen. But I will say, shout out to us, shout out to just everything that just really happened this playoffs, because. Especially specifically for the Dallas game.
Shout out to Dallas losing for sure. I think everyone in the league except for Dallas can get behind that. All 31, all 31, right. Bro.
Right. But not that specifically, but to say specifically the last play of the game with the whole ref situation. So when we got the big play from Cooper, from Matt to Cooper, because I was like, all we need is. I was like, all we need is that, bro. All we need is that, because Matt Gay can kick some 50 yards or less.
He only had to kick 20, bro.
Man, so when we got that, I was like, this is it. And I was like, this brought really joy to me, because I knew Matt had to do, but Matt was like, come on, get over here. Let's go.
Right.
Don't be lazy. Let's go. We're not finna pull the Cowboys. We're finna get this. And so part of me was like, all right, everybody, make sure get out the way, and when I seen him getting set, I was like, where's the ref? I was just like, I'm kind of anxious. I'm like, I don't know. And then they get the spike off, and then I was just like, I guess everything went right? And then we just didn't get to catch it. And yeah, when I seen the replay, it was the back judge able to set the ball instead of having to wait for the umpire, I think they're saying. Yeah, to do it. So I was just like, ooh, I know that's going to be controversy. I was like, I know that's an easy click for the news writers, and that's what it was. And I looked it up, and I guess the current NFL rule analysis that's taken over from Mike Pereira, I guess. But anyway, somebody who's for sure respected in the NFL. He put it on his Twitter because somebody hit him up. It was like, "Yo, what's good with this referee setting the ball, and why didn't this happen? You know, in the Cowboys game?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, like, good question. And the reason that happened this way is because the back judge is closer to the ball, and we're trying to set the game up to be as efficient as possible. So it's better that you touch it, and then so that the preceding offensive team can do whatever they want to do.
Right, the way that they've done it for the last 40 years, because there was not an issue once except for last weekend before this one.
Exactly. Because his thing was like, why didn't the back judge, in Cowboys game, touch the ball instead of having old boy run 20 yards to go touch the ball?
I bet it had to have been a distance thing because Cowboys didn't get enough yards. I bet.
No, according to the NFL guy, what is his Dan? What's his name? Dan? Guy from Blandino, something like that. I forgot to get his name
down. Blandino.
Blandino, yeah. And he was saying that the fact that it's kind of like, the way I took it is like whichever judge is closest to the ball should set it.
Right.
And
so it probably wasn't obvious who's closer.
You saying for which one?
For the Cowboys game. It was probably too much in the middle, That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas Cooper, they threw, clearly it's near the back judge. They're on the 20-yard line.
Yeah. So yeah, and people, of course, was like not feeling that, and it was just like, and this is like, at the end of the day, it's still Cowboys' fault.
It was terrible play call, bro.
Yeah, it was like Dak should never ran as far as he did.
Nope.
And then that was first mistake. Then two, it was like everybody should just got out the way. Everybody knows you. Maybe not everybody on that line has experienced a spike, but I would imagine you're gonna experience a spike eventually in your season, in your career. So yeah, that's that.
Isn't that what you practice for?
Exactly right. So I was thankful that we didn't have that, and we was able to set up for yet another 4 seconds. Because I'm not mistaken, every game before that had 4 seconds left
on the clock.
Kicking the field goal.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude, three up until that point, 3 road walk-off field goal victories. What? That was the wild. How we were saying it was mild card weekend. That was. I don't have a play on words for that, man, but it was wild divisional weekend, man, basically, because that was crazy. But it makes sense. So the matchups get what do you call so when we do the point spreads, the numbers, they get smaller. The teams get closer in skill. So of course you're gonna have just closer matchups, closer games. I mean, and honestly, that's just how they all were. Yeah. So I mean, I can't be mad. I was mad going into the half, but I was just happy that we got a show out of it, man. Seeing Leonard Fournette, bro, run that in to tie it at 27-27, it gave me major Atlanta vibes. I was like, oof, how can they lose at this point? It was almost like, and then when they, when they sacked your boy Stafford on the first play too. So it's they had 45 seconds or 44 seconds to start that drive, and then they got down to 31 because he took the sack. So then it was 2 plays to Kupp, and what are you gonna do about that? When you got the best, you got the best. So I feel like Kupp's got to be the best receiver in the game right now. And
definitely that. And
Stafford's just good enough to do it. He's so far and away from the best quarterback in the game, but he's got a great arm, definitely a top 5 arm, especially with the pass. Everyone sees the pass that you see on TV, the horizontal, from here to here. They did a replay, kind of shift the positions this way. I was let me do it this way, and Kupp is here, so you get to see it drop in. He's running. It's it really could have only been right there.
Yeah. He had to be pin perfect. Yeah, he was accurate.
Yeah, so
precision.
So you got to give it up, and you got to give it up. It is what it is.
You do, yeah, because and that's what I expected, because when I was like, bro, not the triple crown. I kept missing my coworker did. I was like, how can you be triple crown dropping footballs? You can't be fumbling. We're gonna take that back. I was like,
who's triple crown? What are you referencing?
Cooper Kupp. He was a triple crown winner this season.
Okay.
So I was like, that means we're not talking about fumbles. We're talking about catches. We're talking about reception yards. We're talking about all the good things on the offensive side of passing. So I was like,
that was a redemption play, bro. Because after that,
yes, because
before,
when he had fumbled, I was like, not my Cooper Cup. No,
Mm-hmm.
my Cooper Cup knows how to protect the ball. I was just like, but it was actually good though, because on somebody who I was thinking about too, I was like, where is he at again? I was like, he's on your team, Dominican Sue. He did come clutch though with a nice little punch out. Oh yeah, it was that okay? That was actually Edgar's son. Yeah, I think that's actually Edgar's son. I'm thinking about football, but either way, I was
No,
just
yeah,
like,
no. Sug did come in clutch with just bringing that like douchebag energy. Like I'm here to
yeah,
make your day bad, and there's
yeah.
not enough refs on the field to stop it.
Exactly. Yeah. I think he definitely toned it down because I hated it when he did it against Rogers. I was just like, bro, like my man needs to get ejected.
Right. No, I've been speaking. Shout out to Ryan if he watches this. We were just talking about him not too long ago. Like he's got to be one of if not the dirtiest players in like league history.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Just,
definitely.
I mean, I hated him for years, bro. Hated him and I still like don't really like him. But like when he's on the, as long as he's not gonna play against Brady, then I'm cool now. Like that's,
Exactly.
and we don't really play Tampa that much, so once every
Exactly.
four
Right.
years.
Yeah. So that's that. But yeah, great. Another great
Yeah,
game.
great game,
And
great game. Can't complain. I want to as much as I want to. I can't.
exactly.
Like I could all day, but we got one more game to talk about, which was just like bittersweet too, man. Because this was another one of those ones I think we were talking about beforehand. Like I just couldn't possibly, I couldn't win this game. Like I couldn't. Like if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. I feel like I don't want the Bills to win, division rival. They
Yep.
just whooped our ass, and it was not comfortable. Chiefs were anointed, like Mahomes was anointed the GOAT as soon as he got to throw one sidearm pass in the NFL. And he had
Exactly.
to, I think we talked about it last weekend, sharing the cover of Madden, like all this, like yada yada, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like I don't want none of it, bro. I don't want none of it. So, it was, however, amazing to see Josh Allen just sitting. I'm trying to do my best Josh Allen impression right now. After he realized that the game was indeed over, like that man was just, bro. He looked like he had seen a ghost. Like I can't, whew. And I'll tell you this, man. I mean, I tell people this. I was just referencing this. I forget who I was talking with the other day. Once it got down to 28-3 in the Super Bowl, I remember thinking exactly. The one thing that the Patriots got going for them right now is that the Falcons are going to probably let up on the gas. Like they probably think, all right, game over. We got this. Done,
hmm
done. And I remember thinking, I was like, all right, that's the only one thing that they got going for it is somehow momentum is like not on their side, but it's no longer like foot on the gas.
Yeah.
When I saw 13 seconds left, like I said it sarcastically to myself, but I was like, too much time on the
Yeah.
clock. Like that's just not how. Oof. The only reason why I really said that too was because I forget which drive it was, but I know there was one drive that Buffalo had in that game that was one play, 75 yards, and it was just boom, touchdown. So KC can do that at any point in time too.
Exactly.
And here we are.
Yeah, he had all his weapons. He had Pringle, he had Hill, he had Hardman, if need be, Kelsey.
Hmm.
So is a matter of like I'm truly not a fan of prevent defense. Like I'd rather you just beat me. Like just keep using the same defensive plays, that you were just using because like a lot of teams seem to have perfected, if not figured out, and perfected like, oh, we're just gonna do like these passes right here, and especially when they have timeouts.
Right.
It's just like, bro, like what you're doing is truly helping them. Like you're
Yep.
especially when you just need maybe a field goal, those situations. It's just like, why are we playing this kind of defense again? Like,
I take no credit for this. I saw someone on Reddit said it was perfect. They said the only thing that prevents is you from winning the game.
exactly. I was like
Like
that
why
that
slow
thing.
down? Like why do like you take everything that you've been doing that's been working right this whole game? Like all right, when we need it most, let's change. Let's
Right.
change who we are and what we're doing.
It maybe that's the ignorant side of us still, like
True.
we don't see the true history and the glory of the
Yep.
prevent defense, but that thing seemed outdated to me.
Right.
Need to rip that out the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
That had no place in my defense playbook.
Right. Rush
So
that passer, get it done.
exactly, like like all right, like you need, I don't know, there's something got to change, so or are they just using the wrong kind of prevent defense is weird because I know there's some where you can have like rushing So rushing the passer. So it's just like teachers on everybody chooses their own versions of
Mm-hmm.
preventative and they like.
Now, something that
But
I kind of. Oh well, actually, I don't. Not to cut you off. Continue.
but yeah, I was just gonna say good job to the Chiefs. Still just hanging in there and. Lucky them, I guess. With winning the coin toss, as
Perfect.
that
That's what I
was.
want to talk about. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to get into. Everyone's always got something to say, man. Everyone's always got something to say. So, what are your thoughts on this overtime?
So yeah, so I did my little research and I was like two things. Um, well, maybe three things, but I was like, at least
You can
it's
have
coin
four
flip,
things,
right?
bro, if you need. It's all good.
Right, right. But I was like, at least it's coin flip, right? It's 50-50. Like there's no real event. You got 50, I got 50. Like it's all luck, bro.
First things
But
first. I
not
want you
too.
to. I want you to. For the rest of your analysis, I don't want you to bring no more of that logic into the table here. I mean, you need to bring some ignorant ass opinion in here. That was way too logical. But continue.
So yes, all right. So that's that, right? And then and then the other thing being that it does suck that you don't get to see after Josh Allen's great performance and bringing his team, to this point. You don't get to see his side retaliate, right? But unfortunately, this is football, and this is just a sport that we love to play, and that meaning we're still human beings at the end of the day, and the football does not in no way like help contribute to us living longer. you know, so is more along the lines the opposite is
Mm-hmm.
reducing our years. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of helping keeping the players safe, and so unfortunately that's just one of the cons of this sport. And like unlike a basketball, where you can just keep on playing the minutes, like keep on playing till there's a winner.
Right.
So
Where cardio and fatigue are the only true. I mean, sure, any injury could be risked, like coming up, going
exactly,
down, yada yada. But typically, basketball is 90% cardio, 10% contact versus like 80% contact, 10% or
exactly.
20% cardio.
Exactly. Like this sport is clearly like it doesn't I have to come hit you. Like I have to
Right. And
come
here's the thing too. Like people always want to think about like the quarterback dropping back and throwing the ball, and then the receiver like running down the field, and then like maybe someone catches it, maybe they pass off or not, yada yada. But like they're not thinking about like those 8 guys who are banging every single time the
Yes,
ball is snapped.
sir.
You're not thinking about
Every
that big
time.
dude who falls down, and like that fall for him because he's 6'4" is a massive fall. The reason why Newton didn't want to dive on that ball in the Super Bowl, and like you see them limping off the field, and you're like, oh man, that looks like that hurts. All right, next play, let's go. Like people are just so, like you said, like it's humans, man. It's humans.
Yes. Yeah, they're selfish. That's the thing. Like they wanted to see what they wanted to see, which was
Right.
more action. They were like encore, encore, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
we're all about that. But at the same time, it's just this particular sport is just
Right.
because it can call for that only when under these conditions.
Right.
And
Now this is why I like our show, man, because yes, we don't know everything about the game, and this is not even like like we didn't talk about this whatsoever before the fact, but we have literally, I would say, 100% the exact same opinion on it. Either we are, I know we're ignorant about some stuff, but like I know that other humans are not that much smarter than us in everything. Because like every time you meet someone, you're like, damn, bro, you really eat that? Or like, damn, bro, you really do that? Like, I thought way higher of you because I see you as like this professional on TV or this or that. But
right.
everyone's a human. Like, we're gonna boil it all back down to. So I agree 100%. I didn't hear a lot about people mentioning I went back and looked it up. There were three. I want to say they went 3-and-out 3 times. They went 3-and-out. Buffalo went 3-and-out twice. They went 4-and-out once. And now people are talking about the 60 plus minutes. Like, so they had their chance, is what I'm getting at. Like, they had their opportunity. 13 se- And for me, too, I feel like there's something about, like, the 13 seconds aspect of it. Like, they're like, oh my God, just 13 seconds? Like, and then they got it. Like, I really, in some kind of psychological way, I want to say that if there was a minute left on the clock and then Mahomes got it and scored, nothing. You wouldn't have heard a peep. 2 minutes. Wouldn't have heard a peep.
Right.
But something about that, like 13, unlucky 13 seconds, like, I don't know, something about And this is another thing too. Like on Reddit, like a lot of people did not, and I say Reddit because that's the only place where I will view thousands of people's opinions on
Right.
something. So like to get a consensus over what the average human is like. I say Reddit specifically because it's not like, oh, I think everyone on Reddit knows everything. I'm just saying that's my litmus test for what I think the average fan who uses Reddit would think. I mean, if I go on Facebook, maybe I'll see something different because different people use different platforms. I don't know. All I'm saying is
Exactly.
when I seen people using or when I seen people saying on Reddit was basically all the opposite of what we're saying here. I want more. Touch the ball. College football's better. Like X, Y, Z. And I'm like, my only reply too was like, bro, college football. Like we're talking kids here, man. Kids. Like these are people
Yeah.
who got a max age of like 22, and
Yeah.
if they want to play an extra 30 minutes, go ahead, man. You don't got 44-year-olds on the field. Like,
Exactly.
and I know I'm being exaggerating with the Brady example. Call it like 35 though. 35 is
Yeah.
still too.
Yeah.
Like I'm 33, man. Hell no, bro. Hell no. I don't want to
Yeah.
play one quarter of football at my age, let alone. And I know I'm not conditioned for it, but like I feel like I'm almost in a better condition because I'm not conditioned for it. Like
Right.
I haven't taken them licks. So people who've been doing this their
Exactly.
whole life, especially like if you've been playing since Pop Warner, you've been playing since high school, you've been taking your hits. So I agree 100% that football is football, not basketball. The game ends when the game ends. We played a field goal wins it for years, man.
Exactly.
Years and
Like,
years and
can you be
years.
thankful for this?
Right. So I don't. He still had
Because
to score the
That's what
touchdown.
I said. Yeah, because that's what I said. I had to look at it because I was like, at least because I was like, as long as it's like, there's basically the same difference in the regular season. I was like, you still got to score the touchdown,
Yep.
to really make it like a better guaranteed win for you. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like the last thing I was touching on, which is like at the end of the day, they had to score a touchdown.
Have to score a touchdown.
I know the only thing you got. I'm sorry, defense. You got to play one more quarter.
Wait, you said defense, or you said the supposed number one defense in the league? Because just like the special teams was supposed 32nd, which they apparently were. I don't think that Buffalo defense was number one. I didn't know they were even supposed to be considered number one. But
I didn't know either.
but I'm hearing about it now after they blow the assignment, and okay, number one defense come through. Like that's all you got to do. And it's funny too because I would have even assumed, we're talking about it. I think it was the Chargers Vegas game, last game of the season when it went into overtime, where if the Chargers had gotten the coin flip, I mentioned I was like, I wonder if they would have deferred just because their
Right.
offenses looked gas. Like Herbert went down, like they made the touchdown, they made the 2 points, and they just looked absolutely gas. I was wondering, and they still got like who was it, Nick Bosa, Joey? I can't remember which Bosa's on Chargers, whatever. They got one of the Bosas.
Yeah.
they got a Bosa, and they got like other
think
players
Joe.
that can like, no, yeah, and
Because
players that can Nick on San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco.
And they have like good defense. So maybe they can put up a stop, and then all you got to do is come back down, get that young field goal, maybe win. So to me, it seemed like it was still maybe strategy on the table. But the way you hear people talking about it, it's like, oh, you take it and you guarantee get it. And it's like, all right, maybe not. Maybe you get stopped and then get 3 on, and now you lose. So I just think in poker we have this term. It's called being results oriented. It means when you go by the results of what occurred, and then you base all previous decision making to determine if your decisions were right or wrong. And it's like, no, like you make a decision and you go with it, and whatever the outcome is, the outcome, because you factored all possible outcomes in before when you make your decision. So it's not because one thing happened. Just complete ridiculous, just like basic level 1 human thinking. If you're like, we gotta change the rules because I didn't like that game.
Yeah, because like in hindsight, they were like, you know what, we should do this, and this is like, you wouldn't have been saying that had this.
Nope, hell no. 3 minutes on the clock, no timeouts for Buffalo, and then Casey just kind of like runs the ball, drains the clock, runs the ball, drains the clock, runs the ball, drains it. 1 pass, Kelsey, touchdown, game over. I think we should have overtime rules different or something. Or I guess, that would have been for a tie. That would have been because they had to tie it. So I guess that's a different scenario. But say they went down to do all that to tie it. You wouldn't have had people been like, oh, I really want to see Josh Allen do this, that, or the other thing. I think for some reason, just because they did it so quick, that it just left people feeling salty. Like, Mahomes gets to do this every time he wants to. And it's like, I don't know if people were watching the same game that I was watching, but there was plenty of times where they didn't make I forget exactly how many yards they made in their. How much time did they have? They had 13 seconds on like the 25, right? 25-yard line because they did it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
which is
did that too.
another thing. That's another thing. Why were they on the 25? When I'm pretty sure when you kick a football, that you can kick it like multiple ways. You got your little onside kick. Not talking about that. You got that big kick that goes out of the back of the end zone. Which is what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this in between kind of kick, which it's a football. It rolls like this. So you kick it, it bounces, it rolls, it bounces, it rolls, and when it does that, it takes time off the clock. It's called the squib kick. It's called like a I've only heard it called the squib in one other word, but
Yeah, because I was like, I can't think of the other one now.
there's another like silly little word basically that's like just means the same thing. So they did not have to give them that 25-yard. They could have given them the 25 yards, but by taking a couple extra, like they didn't need to just into the end zone. So another reason why Buffalo put themselves in that situation. I'm dude, Patriots fan, man. I'm loving it, man. I am so happy just the fact that Buffalo lost the way that they lost. Like, just them getting beat, whatever, that's fine. But the fact that I'm not going to say they threw it, but they definitely had elements of throw in that loss. Like, it wasn't just losing a coin toss.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like, in my head, like, at the end of the day, you still just, like, it's not like, oh, he won the coin toss. Let's just see the offense go down the field with no defense out there to stop them. Like, people were making it seem like it was going to be like that. Like, just like some crazy, Bill still had a chance. Like, there's been plenty of times 3-and-outs have happened throughout the history of football. Like, and boom. Like, cool,
Yep.
we did our job. Like, we lost at 50-50, but we put in hard work to, make it go our way. And, now we give our offense a chance. And it's just like, just suck it up and just say that you're mad that your defense didn't come through.
Right.
It at the end of the day, it's just like those cases. It's just like your defense should have held up better, better during the regular playing time,
Right.
because it's like we only got here because they did just good enough to get you here.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah,
whose fault is it really? Like,
So I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about how Buffalo got shorted in any way, shape, or form. Like, that was a
No.
fair football game, and
Yeah.
that's that.
Because I was sitting here like thinking, like, before we started, I was just like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do? Because I was like, the one thing I think that sports have done before, whereas it's kind of like make the regular season more important, so we could make it like kind of like the home thing, where it's just like if you have more games, then you should get the ball this time, like it have to be, of course, something very, very specific, but it's just like what more do you want? Like, clearly we give you a 50-50,
Right.
and then still give you the defense a chance, the opposing team, to be like, defend just like you've been doing this whole 60 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
it's yeah, that's that.
yeah.
So yeah, we didn't really discuss this, but I mean, we can kind of like do how we do pick the game, this that. It doesn't really matter. We could just kind of discuss the games because I feel like that might even just be a little more in tune with what we've been doing, given the the trend of it. Because don't matter right or wrong, but I mean, I'm still down to like just pick it if you want to pick it. What do you want to do?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, pick it.
All right, man. I believe. Oh yeah, it's my weak advantage that doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
Oh well, you know what, dude? This is perfect anyway. This is perfect because I get to pick Cincinnati and you can have LA. Because I was like, I'm not gonna take your LA, but I would.
Right,
but I ain't
right.
taking Kansas City either.
Exactly. That's how I'm like. I know you're not taking chances. So
Right. And this is perfect too, man. It's like if I'm gonna go out with anything, I'll go out with that dog victory. So this is what I saw before that we just didn't agree with. So Cincinnati is a 7-point underdog going into KC, and I know KC can do some stuff, but didn't they just lose to Cincinnati like in the week 16, 15, 17 regular season? I want to say.
So you think that
KC lost to what you call it, to Bengals.
Yeah, they lost them in actually second week.
No. I'm saying not wasn't it recent? Didn't they play each other recent? Yeah. I'm looking here. Week 17. The Bengals beat the Chiefs 34-31.
Mm, why does that look backward? Oh, is that? Oh, maybe. Ah, it's weird. Because I'm on ESPN, so they got the preseason at the bottom, and
Mm-hmm.
then so I'm thinking like Broncos first game, Bengals week 2, but maybe yeah, you seen it right.
No, I mean I just remember it occurring recently because I was like, oh, Bengals are probably gonna get destroyed, and then they didn't. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like just to open up, I'll open up the score, or the box for that game. Like in that game, Burrow went 30 for 39, 446 yards, whereas Mahomey was 26 for 35, and he was 2 touchdowns, 0 sacks. Burrow was 4 touchdowns, zero. I'm sorry, 0 interceptions. Um, although Mahomes was 0 sacks that game, Burrow did take his four. Let's see who went off. Mixon had 12 carries, 46 yards. That's nothing. Jamar Chase, obviously, there you go. 11 receptions for 266. That's unbelievable, bro. 24-yard average. I thought seeing Cup's, excuse me, seeing Cup's, well, honestly, seeing Cup's 20-yard average, I think he had like 11 catches for 20-yard average. Against
Mm-hmm.
against, I thought that was unbelievable, which it is because that's divisional round. This is just regular
Right.
season, but nevertheless, still like 24 is just like not a real number. So if they can keep that up, and then Mixon did have 7 receptions as well. Looks like just nothing really got going on KC. But that was a different game. That was at Bengals, though. It's looking like here that was at Bengals, whereas this next game is at KC, so that looks like the difference maker there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I can't go with KC. I gotta go
Oh
with
yeah, yeah. I already know you can't. And so yeah, Bengals, and I think you still have a fighting chance because
Oh, absolutely.
this is like still a young team. Oh, that was one thing we didn't get to touch on. Bengals has a rookie kicker, and my man hit some clutch field
Ooh,
goals.
you're right.
That
We didn't touch on
was
that. Did you hear what he said?
um no, I don't. At least I don't remember anything.
The kicker.
Yeah,
Okay, so the
yeah,
kicker, he's warming
what I was
up
saying.
for that field goal. Was it like 16-16, 17-17? I think 16-16. And he looks to Burrow and he says, because Burrow said this I think after the game. He looks to him and he says to Burrow before he walks onto the field to kick the field goal attempt. He says, "Looks like we're going to the AFC Championship," and just walks out and does it.
It's like, yeah, because my man, yeah, I think he had hit already a 50 yard that game, or he hit something like close enough. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like, what's 52? What's 52 to him?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, but it's 52 to a rookie though, and so
I
I
didn't
don't know
know he
what
was a rookie. That's crazy,
exactly.
bro.
That's I didn't know until they
To
was
have that
talking
kind of
about it. Like,
cojones. But
yeah,
these college kickers, bro, they can kick some distance though. So I feel like that's got to be the one position that translates pretty well from college to NFL. Like the O line, hopefully. Actually, this is a question that I had. You know the sport a little bit better than I do. Obviously, by your 6 game victory. So, but is it the O line that will like block for the field goal unit? Like, or is it like is special teams like not the offensive O line?
yeah, no, I think literally,
Is this a combination of like
um,
defensive players and offensive players, or what is it?
it could be, but I think they literally. It's like because I was trying to think. I was like, what do I call them? I was like, do I call special teams on the offense or defensive side?
Because
And
after the Green Bay implosion, I was just thinking a little bit more about special teams, and to me, I always considered special teams kickoff and punt, and I considered field goal unit a part of the offense personally. Like that's how my brain.
yeah,
But like now, I'm thinking
I feel it.
that's probably like not accurate. That's probably the ignorant ass side of my knowledge of the sport. Like I'm sure, like looking back on it now, I'm sure field goal and maybe even extra point would be considered special teams.
Yeah. Like so, okay. So field goal, extra point, and kickoff is all everybody that's supposed to be under the special teams category. Now the players who are part of those, I feel like I've seen certain like key offensive players or defensive players
Mm-hmm.
be a part of those, but I think they still hire, and look to draft people like you. This is all you're gonna know, like eat, sleep, breathe special teams,
Right.
So, so you could basically say it's like 75% like totally like players that don't see the field most of the time unless it's kickoff, field goal or extra point. So
Right.
that's I think that's how it is.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like yeah, I thought about that. I was just like, yeah, what, like, because I was like, you don't really say they like that's the reason I guess why they give them the name special teams, because it's like they're not really like defensive side or offensive side.
But I really think
Is
that
it?
it's almost like I don't know. Special teams is like, now that I look at it, it's like a little too broad. It's like offense, cool, makes sense. Defense, cool, makes
Yeah.
sense. But like you almost would want to say like, okay, you get your field goal slash extra point unit, like your kick scoring unit, because there's three ways to kick the ball. You can punt it, kick off, or kick to score, basically. And I feel like the
Mhm.
kick to score unit is one unit, the punting unit is another unit, and then the kickoff unit is like similar to the punting unit. Like you maybe could want to say like the kickoff, the kick to give away unit, and then the kick to score unit. Like, and then kind of
Yeah.
like break those two down in special teams,
Yeah.
because they really like they're doing the same thing just in different ways. So vice versa.
Exactly.
But yeah, like hell, man, maybe next year we'll have to change the name of the show. We come back to it. We went from Ign'ant Sports to like slightly less Ign'ant Sports.
It's slightly less, like,
Because like once you break
you
it down, you do start to think about some of these nuances.
yeah, you determine how much or slightly
Right.
is
It's
up to
funny,
the
man.
viewer
Like we can have
discretion.
like a little meter at the bar of the thumbnail, and like it moves a little bit every year.
Right.
So by the time we're 80, it's like knowledgeable ass sports. We've been
There's
doing
so
this
many
show for 60
rules.
years.
Right. It'd
Uh,
be another speaking of that, I gotta watch that video still. I watch that after this. The rule changing video he sent
oh
me.
yeah, that was very cool.
Maybe
Yeah, we're just
some
talking
more
about
rule
this.
changes.
We were trying to learn the game a little bit more, so watch this one video about rules, and like the game is just changed so much. I think the funniest rules got to be that like people know about like pretty more commonly is like the goalpost. Like, how was the goalpost ever in the center of the, you know, like how the goalpost used to be up front? Like it used to be like on the front, like on the basically like the plane, like when you cross the end zone. Like,
Yeah,
how
that's
is that
crazy.
ever a thing, man? Like that must have been like I can't. I next time I'm just chilling, I'm gonna watch highlights of people run into that, because that's got to be ample.
Right?
All
Yeah,
right,
that
man.
sounds crazy.
So who do you got in this game coming up this weekend, bro? You guys are only a 3.5 point favorite. That's ridiculous. Like I don't get that. How is this beat up San Francisco 3.5 point underdogs in Cincinnati, who was looking pretty good, honestly? I mean, okay, yeah, they only put up 16 points up until the very last, so 20 points total, or I'm sorry, 19 points total, but still, like, what you call it? Titans just might have had a better defense. Like, matchups, man. Styles make fights.
Yeah, looking at the injury report, let's see. Yeah,
You,
Trent is questionable, which is their best offensive line, if I'm
nah,
not
man,
mistaken.
I'm not going off no injury report. I'm going off of what I saw. Like, dude, these people were not well, and like, I know how. Dude, I slept on my arm wrong the other day. And it took me 2 days to get it to feeling better. So it's like I sleep wrong. My back's hurting me. So like, nah, man. Too many people were limping off that field, and Garoppolo just got away with one like too easily. Like I don't understand. I think it's just got to be the last. I guess I got to go back and check my week 17, week 18 again. When week 18, when, well, you would know when the Niners lost to, or sorry, when Niners beat your Rams, was it in LA or was it in San Francisco?
In LA.
Oh no. Okay, so that must be why. That must be the difference maker right there. Because because both these teams, that's crazy if you think about it. Both these teams playing this championship weekend are run backs, and the favorite lost the last time. The
Hmm.
only difference here now, though, is that it's the true run back with your game being in the same building, whereas this other
Yep.
game over here is going to be switch buildings. Which KC
Yep.
does have a pretty good. They're loud. They're definitely loud. Like they were putting it on the
Yeah.
Bills for sure.
They definitely definitely were loud because
I gotta say I gotta go definitive, bro. I'm so glad the Bills lost, bro. I'm so glad because like at the time, like I almost wanted the Bills to win just so you would lose your bet, but it's
right,
like,
exactly.
damn, like rooting for the Bills was actually worse than rooting for than Casey. Like
Yeah, I
Casey,
need.
here's what it is, dude. Casey has insufferable fans. The Bills, I almost like Bills fans, but like I don't really want to see their team. It's just the division thing. Like you can't ever, and it's the way they did it to us. So yeah, and for I don't know why either, but like I think it's just his face, man. I just don't like Sean McDermott. Like I just don't like him. Like I'm sure he's a good coach. I'm sure
Right,
whatever,
right.
but like I just don't like him and the way he looks. Like it's just the way he looked like he wanted to beat us so bad, and then he did, and I was like, God, I know you're feeling it inside right now, bro. So I'm glad it got taken away a week later.
Right.
Very glad.
I sound so petty.
Oof,
It's like I will be the same though.
oof, bro. This is why that's the rooting element of sports, you know. Like I'm rooting
Yeah,
for my team, and especially too because I'm just salty that I thought the Patriots, had something going there with how
yeah,
we won in Buffalo that last time. Like I thought it wasn't just like we took advantage of the snowstorm better than them. I thought it's like, oh, we just know how to play better than you, and then we didn't.
exactly.
But then again,
Yeah,
like Buffalo's just crazy. Like they got a crazy offense. Like what are you gonna do? Like then when you see what they can do, it's like we wouldn't have beat them either week. Like they were just on, man. Like they gotta.
yeah. They definitely were on one.
But
Like
like I don't think Debo's gonna be bringing his A game, bro. I don't think Kill's gonna be bringing his A game. Like Garoppolo clearly didn't have an A game, although he does get to go down to sunny L.A. I assume it's sunny down there right now.
yeah. It's
I assume it's all good.
yeah. If I mean, it'll still be fine. No, no snow, no rain.
Right,
So
like you saw Green Bay's game, like that's what it's like over here. Like that's what it's like right now. So I yeah, Garoppolo's gonna have a much easier time because he usually
much
can sling
easier.
the ball, bro. He can usually sling it like Stafford and like all these other dudes, Burrow, Mahomes, Allen.
Yeah, he definitely can. But yeah, I think that was one thing I didn't say. But like, unlike your Buccaneers, once I think that morning I found out that your team was kind of beat up. I was just like, dang,
Yeah.
son. So I was like, it's kind of wraps. Like, time if you don't come with the offensive, then yeah. And I feel like this is gonna be the same thing. Like, if these people like Debo, especially Debo, like doesn't come,
Mm-hmm.
then it should be pack it up, like easy dub, because as far as our defensive and everything should be fine, and as long as we got Cooper, it's like it's just really all
Mm-hmm.
as long as we got Cooper with the offensive side, run it with Akers every now and then, just in case the passing looking a little fishy, like
Who knows,
yeah,
bro?
it's
Like
just like.
Matt just still could have some of that Detroit stank on him though.
I mean, no, he can't. That's
Like
that's what I said. Like
he,
if it could just be just drop passes or just overthrown passes, like we'll take that. No,
right?
no interceptions, please. No
Like
fumbles.
yeah, Goff was the interception thrower. That was like kind of the big holdback from him. I guess I would say the difference because he had an arm too. But yeah, just I can see Stafford getting a little bit not in his head of like, all right, won a couple playoff games, feeling pretty good, almost like that
Yeah,
28-3 comfort. Like, all right, we can win the
yeah.
Super Bowl. And as soon as you start thinking that, last team that looked past 49ers, look where they are. So two last teams, bro. Two last teams. No one, no one thought they were gonna be here. Something about the NFC too, man. Like I feel like you get more teams going through the wild card, just kind of like road, like Brady last year. Both times, the Giants beat the Patriots. They went through just road, kind of path the whole time, and
Yeah,
then it's just like, oh, okay, cool. They're hot and they won. So never know.
yeah. You never know. But I will say at the end of the day, like of course, I'm going for Rams, and end of the day, I'm like I'm still a winner because I'm like yo. At the end of the day, a Cali team's going. We're rocking. Like I'm good. Like if there wasn't an LA team, if I didn't choose Green Bay, 49ers was definitely on the table. Yeah, so I'm all about local and anything close to local next, and then it's
Hey,
like then I have to choose.
might not be too bad. Might be a lot of Cali sorrow once Cincinnati brings that Lombardi home.
I mean, possibly, but I feel strong in both representatives. Like whether we win or 49ers, like at least Cali team gets to the Super Bowl, and we try to bring one home for the state. But hopefully it's my Rams. Yeah, because I feel like we're clear definitely the more talented team on both ends. So we can dispose of these youngins and
Yeah,
show them what a veteran team does it.
it would be less
So
fun for the nation, but I'm definitely rooting for that Cincinnati San Francisco matchup.
yeah, that definitely I think will definitely be more head turners, more people tuning in.
No,
But
no, I think more people would be tuning out for that. I think people maybe getting a little sick of Mahomes, KC, just the way people were getting sick of Patriots. But I think that Rams and KC would be just such a huge matchup that people would probably want that more, like the average fan.
oh yeah, definitely, the average fan definitely with that. I want that.
Wasn't
Yeah.
wait was LA KC that like crazy Monday night game like a while back that was like 50-50? I'm just gonna type in highest rated Monday night football game or scoring.
Ooh, excuse me.
Damn, you don't notice how loud your keyboard is until you type on it while you're recording. um, let's see. Oh, you're not gonna actually just give it to me. You're going to make me click like other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's like, do you want to read? Oh, same site because I am smart. Was it the same site? No, but it gave me like the exact same kind of Chiefs Rams. Yeah, Chiefs Rams highest scoring Monday night football game ever. But this was at this was that game back in 2018.
Oh, okay, because I was like, not this season. I was
No,
like,
no,
I'm
I'm just
looking
saying
at
I'm just
these.
saying highest ever though. This was
Oh,
back,
okay, that's what
yeah,
you're saying, Junior. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So
That's what I was lost at. I was like,
so I think that people, if this would get brought, if it was a Chiefs Rams Super Bowl, this game would get brought up. Highest scoring Monday night football game ever. Can you imagine if we get that? And oh my god, blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
So I think that's all I was saying. Is I think that people would want to see that more so than they would want to see like these two orange and red teams go at orange and gold.
yeah.
But yeah, man, that's what I'm going for. That's all. That's my thoughts for the wrap up the divisional round
Right.
to the
That was
to the conference championship. It'll be fun though. It'll be great games.
It will be. I think it definitely still will be. Yeah, it's still looking to shape up to be a great playoff season, and yeah, we'll see who wins, and we picking our choices for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I guess because
And
it's all
then-
happening, like let us know down below, like what are your biggest like happy/sad moments? Like are y'all sad that Brady's out? Are you happy that the Rams are in? Like what do you think about the Titans 1 seed coming through flat? Like what
and my
and
Green Bay
yeah, I was
Packers.
gonna say I mean we've already talked about it enough. I wasn't gonna rub it in. I mean because that really was the that's the biggest collapse of the postseason, like by far. Like Brady lost, yeah, that sucks. Patriots got their asses whooped, yeah, that sucks. But Green Bay was now if Titans were a 1 seed that collapsed, whew, Green Bay. But yeah, Rodgers is Rodgers, man. He's always been a little flaky to me, like not in like a bad way, but just like he's not a football player only. He's a person first, a football player second. Where a lot of people are football players first, people second. I feel like so. Rodgers is like that Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook like he's just gonna do what he's gonna do, and it is what it is, and it's like yeah, I'm here and I'm great, but whatever, I might not be tomorrow. So we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for the Discord. Get in that Discord. We got that link in the description. Comment down below. Give us a couple of them. If I can get them in there, give us a couple of thumbs up, bro. We need them thumbs up. We need them likes. Last video got a little traction, man. So if we can keep that going, that'd be pretty good.
It would be great. We are truly sorry for if you have been trying to join the Discord and you're like, what kind of link is this?
Well, I update it every week. I do update it every week, but now I don't have to no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you go back and watch an older one, yeah, it will be expired. But yeah,
Okay,
from
then
now
good,
on
great,
forward.
great.
Oh well, you know what, dude?
Okay.
I can go back and put the updated one
You
in.
definitely can.
Yeah, that's
You
what's up.
definitely can.
No, I only got to go back
So
a
yeah,
couple. We've only had it for a couple weeks, so that won't be too hard.
yeah, only yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Won't be too.
All right, all right. But yeah,
Yeah,
um, that's all I got, man. Thanks again.
yeah.
It was a fun season, dude.
Everybody,
Good
yes,
job as again. That was a good victory. I forget what we didn't even really add up the final score. We'll talk about it
yeah.
next time. It was a.
We could do that. We
It
could do
doesn't
that.
even really matter. Like the dub is the dub, like that's all that really
Yeah,
matters,
yeah,
But
yeah.
we'll put it in the stat book though for sure. We'll get the records in.
Yeah, we do. We definitely will. So yeah, that'll be it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, this is